video is going to summarize the introduction parts of automated boring stuff with Python. So the book is divided into two parts. The first part is the basic Python programming, the basic stuff. The second part is applying the basic stuff to projects. So it's very very important to get the basics of the language, the Python language. Um, the book is going to give you a project to work on after each topic, at least one project. Yeah. So so the next thing is installing Python. Um, at this point, I hope everyone has the Python installed on their PC. So you are just going to go right into it. So come to your start menu, click on the Windows menu. Um, then search for Python. You can see it here, recently added, but you can search for Python P. So you search for P. Let's be, yeah. So this is your Python. So when you installed Python, it came with all these things. Um, this one is not important. This one is the Python manual. It gives you um, the new the new things about Python and some documents about Python and some of the things it does and all that. So you can go through it in your spare time. So you go back to the Python folder. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is the Python interactive shell. So this is where you can type your programs and get and run it immediately. So print Python. See, it runs it immediately. So that's that. Then this one is the most important one, the IDLE for Python. So for this one, it looks similar to the one we saw previously, but this one you can have an editor. So that's what the book actually says. The book actually uses a different IDLE shell called the Mu. So but we are going to use this one in another one which I'll be talking about shortly. So you can also print directly from here. Python. See. Now, if you don't want to print directly from the shell and you want to save your programs for future use, your codes for future use, you can come to File and open a new file, right? So now you have two windows open now. So this is where you actually type to keep your codes for future use, or in case you want to make changes, you can make changes here. So let's print. Let's actually use the one that was used in the book. So I already have it opened. I already typed it. You can type it yourself. So recent files, right? This is the one that was used in the book. The example was given. So you can have it here. Then you run. So when you're going to run in the editor, this is called the editor. You're going to run the editor. It's going to appear in the shell, right? So run. You're going to run. Then it's going to appear here. You're going to have enter password. You enter the password. Let's say we don't know the password. So we just put anything there. Jim, the password is not Jim, but we're going to, then you press enter. Access denied. That means you don't have to understand this code. You just understand the logic behind this code. Everything here, just understand the logic behind what it's trying to do. You don't understand. You don't have to understand it. You're going to learn it later. So for beginners, just know what the editor means and what the shell means. Yeah. So you type here, edit here, and you run, and it's going to appear here. sorry, it's going to appear here. So I can run again. It's going to, you can run it so many times, anything you want. Access denied. The password is actually a Robocop. So you are going to run it one more time and use the right password. Robocop. See, access granted. So that's Python for you. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is it's called PyCharm. So for PyCharm, it actually houses both the editor and the shell, right? It has everything. There's no separate window. It's just one window. So I'm going to open it shortly. PyCharm. So I already have it downloaded. So I'm going to share the video on how to download PyCharm. So I'm going to PyCharm. I already have it downloaded. So PyCharm. I'll open it. It's going to take some time. So let's wait. So now that PyCharm is open, I'm going to create a new file uh, and show you the difference between PyCharm. Actually, I recommend using this PyCharm instead of the IDLE for Python, the one we saw earlier. I recommend using this. I'm going to create a new Python file, right? And let's show the difference. Password. Let's name out password. Okay. So you look at the difference. You look at how print. So PyCharm actually closes the bracket for you. You don't have to open the bracket and close it yourself. It knows you close it and puts the cursor in the middle of the bracket. Then print password. I'm going to run it. No, you want to run password.py, not main. So there are three files. Main, hello. You might not have these, but you have to set this main to password.py, or you can put it to current file. So if you are working in this one, you have it. So current file is going to run this. The current file is password.py. It's going to run this. And it's going to run it here. So you see the editor, then the shell. You have everything in one window. You don't have separate. I recommend this one because it's fast to use. It increases your productivity. Everything is fine with this one. So you have this here. That's printed password. Uh, so um, let's check how the Python does the print. So print open, it closes the bracket for you. Then you type um, Python. And one more thing, even when you press the apostrophe, the quotes, it gives you two quotes. So two quotes, Python. So sorry. Then you run and it gives you password and Python. So everything in one window. But for this one, it just gives you, let's see what it does. So print, see, opens it, doesn't close it. You have to do your thing. Then the first one, first apostrophe, password, close your brackets, then print Python, close everything. You do everything on your own, no help from the software. Then you run. Okay, run. Then it comes here. Two separate windows. You don't want this. You don't want this. Right? You want everything in one window. So I recommend using PyCharm for everything. Okay, so that's it for now. See you in the next one.